Hello, and I am back, and we are doing Sonic 1 on, well, I guess the Mega Drive slash Game Gear, but instead of doing a normal playthrough of the game, I'm actually playing the enhanced fan, I guess. Honestly, mostly, it's kind of more of a remake, if anything, of the first Game Gear game, so I would love to show this off. It has many changes. I try to keep this as close to the original as I could. There is a drop dash, but I won't be using it. You also have the spin dash, which isn't in Sonic 1 Game Gear. I'm just gonna say Master System version. But yeah, this is Sonic 1. You're probably like, why are you playing this? Isn't this just Sonic 1 but uglier? But if you're a keen viewer, you would realize, wait a minute, this game looks very different. And yes, this game is extremely different from its Genesis counterparts. I mean, first off, there's so many changes when it comes to these games. Also, oh my goodness, there's so many rings. One of the changes is when you get hit, actually, you don't get to grab all your rings back, so that could actually make things a bit harder. Also, like the Genesis counterpart, this remake of the game makes it so 50 rings at the end, special stage. In the original game, you would go into these special stages, but they didn't have Chaos Emeralds. In the original, you would actually find the Chaos Emeralds, you know, just hanging around. But in this version, you actually have to do a special stage and find the Chaos Emeralds. It's not hard, as you can see. Though, for the sake of this LP, and because this version of the game has 7 Chaos Emeralds, which I would like to save for Sonic 2, I won't be collecting the Chaos Emeralds this playthrough. Though in the original game, you did have to find them. Like, in this act, you would find that first Chaos Emerald that I just found. But it has all the same stuff as the original. As Shield, isn't that great? Sonic does control drastically different. Like, they are not very similar in controls. It's... I mean, it doesn't do a bad job of replicating it. Also, these, by the way, as a kid, I was like, what the hell does these down arrows mean? It's just a checkpoint. I guess they couldn't do checkpoints, or I guess they preferred to do it that way. But that's just a checkpoint. The Chaos Emerald, by the way, I believe would have been down in that section, a little bit to the left. So if you're playing the original version. Though, this version does add a lot, I will say. As you saw at the very beginning, there's multiple playable characters. If you don't like that, you can always just emulate the original. Oh! Nice. Oh, I went to the special stage again. Oh no, I'm just too good. What can I say? A little heads up for this LP. This is probably also going to be a one-parter like Sonic 1. I hadn't played these games in since I was like maybe 12. I know I had to be even younger. I had to have been like 10 when I played these games originally. So I'm very sorry if I'm very bad. It's just to be expected. I practice a little bit, so you know there's some practice here. Also, that monitor I just got that said continue, or yeah, just the shortened version of continue, gives you continue there. I'm not meaning to collect these Chaos Emeralds though, I'm very sorry. Also, a neat thing about this version, you get a little map of South Island, I believe is the name for this. Is it South Island? I think it is for this game. I might be getting confused with the Sonic 2 Island. Well, here's our first boss fight. Every 3 acts, like, there's 3 acts per zone, like in the Genesis version, but on the 3rd act, it's not really a level, more of just a boss fight. This boss fight in the original is a joke. Here, it's also kind of a joke. I mean, I got hit there, so. But in the original, you could literally just hit him from here. This version, you gotta wait for him a bit, which I don't really like. It's not really that, engaging. Whoa, it's so engaging. And we're done with Green Hill, just like that. Ba-da-ba-dun. Go, my bunnies. Whoa, wait, we're not going to Marble Garden Zone? What the? Bridge? Yeah, as you can see, we actually have different zones from the Genesis version, which I think is super neat. You also get, I also really love the music for this stage. It's a good oh! As I was saying before I very stupidly died. Yes, this version does have different zones than the Genesis version, which is really nice to have. Also, I don't know if this is just from the original or from the remake, but sometimes it's really hard to tell when there's going to be a pit below you. Yeah, I don't know if it's this version or if it was also in just the Master System version. But do be very cautious. I do find it neat that this game doesn't have the exact same zones. It gives it its own identity. Also, I'll be skipping this special stage. I didn't mean to do this. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I got the Chaos Emerald. I was so bored waiting. Alright, time for Act 2 of Bridge Zone. I like that. That map is such a neat thing. I wish the Genesis games took that. It's just a neat little transition. Oh god, here's our first auto scroller. You know, if you know this franchise well enough, or just maybe use some like deducting skills. You know, these type of levels aren't the best thing. What the hell? Aren't the best thing when it comes to Sonic games. They just ruin the pace. The whole point of Sonic is to keep practicing it so you can get better times, but these levels just kind of prevent that, which is really annoying. Also, if you see these flat bridges, be very suspicious of them. They'll probably fall down. I don't believe this version has that many auto-scrollers, but here's one of them. And this is sadly not the only time we'll see it in the Sonic franchise. There's an even recent example of it. A recent 2D game that we'll maybe get to in like 10 years. Yeah, there's not much going on. Dying in these levels suck because you just have to do all you just did, but you gotta do it again. I keep going into the special stages. And I got another one. God damn it. Alright, time for the boss of this zone. Yeah, if I had to discount the... Not discount, sorry. If I had to like knock down a couple points from this fan version, is that it does add a lot. And the special stage change is not really my favorite. I kind of actually liked how the original had the Chaos Emeralds hidden around. Not that this is anything bad. Also, this boss is also another joke. Yeah. There you go. Woo! And we're done with Bridge Zone! Now, if this is like the Genesis version, you would go to Spring Yard Zone. So, is Spring Yard Zone here? Jungle Zone? What the fuck? Yeah, so this middle part of the game, obviously its own zones. A neat thing about this version, actually, that I should kind of point out, is that in the settings, or on default, is the remake version, and they actually make Master System versions of like the Genesis zones. You get Spring Yard, Marble, I believe. So that's very neat if you want to have some extra zones, if you really like this game. The Game Gear Master System games aren't my favorites. They never, in my opinion, they never reached the peak that the Genesis games did. I think I would rather play Sonic 1 on Genesis over all the Game Gear games. Is that a hot take? Well, either way, I mean it. But they're not bad games at all. Like, if this is all you had as a kid, I think this would be a good way to play Sonic and be introduced to this blue hedgehog that will probably stay in your life forever. The curse that is Sonic the Hedgehog. I keep getting 50. Now, I'm not trying to get 50 rings. I'm really not trying. I really have to stop. Time for Act 2. And funny thing about this version on the original Master System version is actually, I'm gonna test it out right now. When the screen scrolls up, you die. Oh, yep, it's still here. I guess they had to keep it in. I guess it's part of the difficulty. But yeah, if you go off screen, you will die. Like, I can't go below now. I hate Copilot. Oh my god. Why is Copilot here? Hello? Sorry about that. Copilot kind of just popped up and took my control, and it's gone now. Alright, you know, don't you just love Microsoft? And back to the game. The zone's not that bad. Also, if you're wondering what is the difference between the Game Gear version and the— oh god damn it, okay, I see the issue now. And as I was saying, if you're wondering what the differences are between the Master System version and the Game Gear version, is imagine this, but like this. Yeah, that's the— and I'm pretty sure it lags more often. So would I recommend playing the games? No. If you want to play the originals, play the Master System version. But at least you get a better review, and it doesn't lag as much. Though I think, if I'm not wrong, I'm gonna have to fact check this. On the Game Gear version, this part here, if I fall down, I don't think I would actually die. But I could be lying. Ugh. You know, it's been so long since I've played this level, so I totally forgot. No! I'm so fucking— okay. It's just since now I didn't get enough rings for the special stage. You can see Eggman's trolling face. I didn't mean to get this many. I was supposed to just show off the special stage. And for our next boss fight, for my test recording, I only played up to this zone, so I remember stuff about this game, but I don't remember everything, okay? By the way, for these bosses, yes, you have 0 rings, so... Case in point. Rings. Oh my... As I was saying, you have no rings, so be very careful. I guess that might be the better way to do these type of bosses, so you can't just tank it. So far, none of these are too bad though. This is the hardest one that we've went through so far. It's not even that hard. Pretty flowers though. Time for the next zone. I wonder what that could be. Ooh, I'm kind of excited to see a new original zones. Alright, let's have a look. Labyrinth? Yeah, so what are the levels they decided to bring back? You know, they were like, you know, let's make original zones, but you know what zone we have to keep no matter what? Yeah, it's Labyrinth Zone. Yes, just like the Genesis version, you do move much slower, You also have an oxygen meter, so you do have to grab these bubbles. There's also a bunch of traps, as from the original Labyrinth Zone. Isn't this great? I get to relive the longest part of my last Let's Play. By the way, yes, it was the longest part of my last Let's Play. If you check the time, it's like the size of like 2 zones. I'm about to drown. I might just drown. One thing I am noticing though, it does take a while to drown in this game. I scared some of y'all, didn't I? Yeah, it's just great how you lose all your rings. That won't be an issue for this game though. Maybe Sonic 2. I mean, what? Oh gosh. I love how slow these stages are. At least with this version. We only have to deal with... I thought I could... whatever. At least on this version, we only have to deal with 2 acts of this zone instead of a whole 3 acts. What a terrible boss fight. So at least we get a little less pain on this version. And you don't drown as quick. On the Genesis version, once that counter starts going, you better hope you're near an air bubble spot or else you will be drowning. That's Act 1. Act 2 time. If you're wondering how, like where to download this version of the game, it's in the spreadsheet that will also be down below. I didn't make it, a YouTuber did. I love their content, so go support by watching their videos. But they made the spreadsheet and it has the links to all these versions of the game that I'll be playing. So make sure to check that out. If you're wondering how the other remakes of Sonic 2 on Master System are and Chaos and Triple Trouble, well, they're very different. For the sake of this LP, I kind of want to play the original 2, Triple Trouble and Chaos, because the remakes do change a lot. Multiple playable characters, they do a lot. So, I recommend just playing those if you don't really care about the authentic experience and just want to have a good time. Also, I did all that just for a 1-up. Great. Alright, one thing I will say about this version though, Sonic feels I'm moving through molasses. I'm moving so slow. Or at least the acceleration's really slow. On the Genesis version, it's also pretty low, but like, it doesn't feel that bad. Is that an air bubble? Or will I die? That's an air bubble. Also, recording these games live might be the death of me, but we'll see how that goes as this marathon happens. Maybe for some games I'll record it and voiceover, but we'll see when we get there. But, see, now I can't grab the rings I just got hit from. Would I recommend these versions of the games? These versions, yes. If you're very... Before I was rudely interrupted, would I recommend these versions? Yes. Like if you want to play the Master System games, play these versions. Should you play the Master System games version? Master System games in general. Maybe Triple Trouble, but honestly, I think you should just play other Sonic games or other video games, honestly. Ooh, it's boss time. Let's see how much of an improvement this boss is from what Labyrinth was in the last game. Well, I guess this game's counterpart. Oh, it looks like Eggman's just gonna chill there again. He seems to really like the... Oh! This time he's this way. Is he gonna shoot from below? Oh! Oh my... I teach you to continue, don't mind that. But the bad part about not practicing these games ahead of time is that, well, I don't know these bosses! And it's been so long since I've last played these games, so you could assume how that goes. I mean, you're watching how that goes, actually. But maybe some people like that. My girlfriend sure likes watching me die in these games. That evil seal in her. But another slow boss. Can I drown in this fight? Well, I guess not. Sonic has just gained the ability to breathe underwater forever. Isn't that neat? Well, at least we're done with the worst zone in Sonic 1. I want to say in classic Sonic, but there's a lot of classic games, not very good ones. Well, okay, a lot of them are good, but I'm talking about the side games. Alright, we're in Scrap Brain Zone. In the original, this was the final zone of the game, but we'll see if that's true for this version. A lot of dangerous traps, so... Ooh, you even gotta see these little guys. You gotta spin dash into, or if you disable the spin dash, then you gotta roll into. Yes, I'm sad that I missed that one up. I don't want to talk about it. But so far, so good. What the heck? Oh, I found the switch. Sorry about that. I was a bit confused. I am very curious if the developers of this version, you can still get special stages on these stages. Let's find out. Answer is yes. If you didn't see the last part, in the Genesis version, you were not able to get special stages in the final zone. Woohoo! I'm just collecting these at this point for fun. Time for Act 2! Alright, here we go. Oh, you cannot roll under that. Good to know. Oh, except you can sometimes. Alright. This version seems to very like these, I don't think these were really in a focus in the Genesis version of Scrap Brain Zone. The fire and electricity are definitely really at from the Genesis version. In the original version of the Game Gear version, if you went up this path here, and I believe fell down, I think it's this hole? There should be a teleporter here. Yes. And in the original version, you would go here, it would, and right here would be a chaos emerald. So instead of, how I've been getting them through the special stages, you would have gotten it right there. The system which I greatly prefer, but what can you do? A lot of the Game Gear games actually work like that. I think at least Sonic 2 on Game Gear works that way, where... Oh, I see what they want me to do. Except I don't, because I'm fucking stupid. Hello? There we go, sheesh. Can you tell I don't play these games? I love how fast Sonic moves up these slopes. Alright, let me just lose my rings for, shits and giggles. Also, these levels are a lot shorter than the Genesis versions. Also, yes, there's a chance of you getting 10 rings from the signpost. this was the original. We'd only need 6. Also in the original, they were all just blue color. I'm assuming it was a color palette issue. Anyways, boss time! Seem to have a timer here. Oh, I see what they're doing here. I'm so sorry ahead of time to anyone whose favorite version is this version. They have to watch me stumble across like an idiot. We have invincibility though. I used the drop dash, I'm very sorry. Did they trap me? Oh, that is Mario Maker. What the hell was that Mario Maker fucking ass trap? What was that? I was like, oh, an invincibility, how sweet. In reality, it was, fuck you. Now I'm scared of that happening more. I wonder if that was added for this version or if that was also in the original. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Oh my god, if it's a trap, I'm gonna cry, guys. No, they didn't. I got God. No! I will not fall for you again. Something I forgot to mention about this version is that, make sure that you clear the zone before you quit it, or else you have to start from the very beginning on the save file, because this version has save files. Oh, Eggman, we're after you! What the hell? He seems to always have a trick up his sleeve in this zone. All time to follow. So scrap brain zone is now. I'm ready for final zone then. Sky base. Oh. Yes, we have another zone after scrap brain zone. Not final zone. It is sky base. So, I believe in the original the flashing was pretty bad, but in this version we get some. It's not that bad. It's just a color, but be very careful if. Prone to. Oh, you're kidding. But yes, be very careful while playing this level. It is very dangerous. See? Touch that, you get hit. Don't die like me, like a fool. I literally ran into that. No one to blame but myself. Same thing there. Oh wait, I like that little detail. Sonic had like. You gotta see a skeleton. Wow, I just suck at this game. Does that mean jump down? It does! Wow, how nice. I don't know. I don't know. You're joking. Oh my god. No iframes? I'm back. Rabani Pillow, I thought you were good at Sonic games. Shut up. Oh, it's so embarrassing. I've died so much. See, I was trying to do that. I was just trying to stop the little thing. But instead, I just fucking killed myself. I don't even know how to explain what happened. I died a trillion times after that. All I'm gonna give you as a tip for this stage, just have some patience. It's not even that long! Alright, time for Act 2! Alright, time for Act 2 of this zone that has somehow killed me so much. I don't even know how. I mean, I guess it's dangerous, but it's not even that hard. Oh no! Oh, okay, I'm sorry. So, you know, lesson of the day, don't mock things for being not that hard. You see, look what happened to me. In my defense, I didn't know he was gonna be there. I mean, I saw him, but like, I was like, oh, I could just roll into him, and then I remembered, you can't roll into this guy's, you idiot. Ah! Why? Oh, hi, Sonic. Did Sonic stop that? Oh, looks like we're inside the base. Oh, that's it. Wow, these levels are rather short. Alright, it's time for the final boss. I know it's a bit annoying I didn't get the last Chaos Emerald, but hey, this is just, it's like the original. Final. Ooh, it's Final Zone. Alright, let's see what Eggman's got up his sleeve this time. Alright. I'm just gonna... Oh! Alright, I wasn't familiar with this game. I didn't know what he was gonna do, to be honest. Did I just charge a spin dash? Hey-ya! 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 Ooh, it's coming back. Okay, so every time it comes back, it will activate again. So just try to get there fast enough. Or you know that can happen. Oh my goodness! Or apparently it could just happen whenever it wants. Good to know. I'm getting this last hit. Alright, Eggman, you're done for. What? A teleport? What the? What? Hell yeah, push Eggman away. Continue. Continue indeed. Alright, well, I guess that was the final boss. I'm pretty sure that was new for for this version. And by the way, in the original version, if you got the six Chaos Emeralds, you would basically get the same ending as you would have gotten in Sonic 1, where Sonic, like, Chaos Emeralds fly at him. He's like, what? But at least you didn't have to go through those terrible special stages in that version. But yeah, that's it for Sonic 1 on the Master System. I hope you enjoyed. I feel like this is a version at least not many people have seen, because I just think it's the least talked about version. I mean, it's obviously talked about if you're in the Sonic fan base, but no, still need to show. And I want to show this nice fan remake of it too. I think it's something nice. Also, the Sonic singing here is actually a little nod to the idea of Sonic being a part of a band. He was supposed to have a band originally, and I guess that kind of stuck in this version of the game. I'm assuming they worked on it early and then it got scrapped and they're just like, just keep it in. So that's why you have Sonic singing here. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this. It was my first time in a while playing this game. It's not very long, so if you have nothing to do and you want to just play one of these old games, I recommend downloading these fan remakes, or just emulating the Master System version of the games. Why do I say emulate? Because I don't think they've been sold, so just emulate them. Alright, that's it for Sonic 1 on the Master System. Next up is Sonic CD. So I'll see y'all then. I guess toodles.